Hey everyone, Mike here, Rusty Garage and Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. I keep hearing how cedar wood makes a good kindling. So I have a large cedar here behind me, and for my area, this is a large cedar tree. We're right around 15 inches at the butt end. But this cedar has a ton of branches coming off of it, and some of them will have to be split, but I think I can get a good bit of kindling out of this cedar tree. So today, we're gonna start whittling away at the cedar, and I got a new chainsaw to try out. So my buddy Joe at the Oakie Woodsman channel, me and him did some bartering here a while back, and I've got a few different saws from him. So we'll end up making videos about the different saws, but today, we're gonna be using top handle. So let me show you what it is. So this is it. I honestly have not started any of the saws I got from him. A few reasons. One, I wanted to wait till I was doing videos on them, and two, it has been way too hot. But the past few days, we have gotten a break in the weather, and it has made it a whole lot cooler out. But this is it. This is the PCS26 Proyama top handle. So let's get some gas and oil put in this thing. Then I'll grab my gloves, glasses, and earplugs, and we'll start whittling away up on the cedar. And here at some point, we'll take this Proyama, and we'll compare it to the Pinkway top handle that's sitting on the Ranger. Okay, so fuel. They recommend 40 to 1. That's good, because that's what I got mixed up. Okay, that's full. I'm looking forward to trying this saw out. The Pinkway still has issues whenever it's cold. It almost seems like everything's way too tight on it, but you can spin that chain over with one finger. So I know none of that's tight. I think it's in the carburetor that it needs some tuning. I'm curious to see exactly how well this one's gonna do. We need to hit the purge bulb. Okay, that's probably good. Take that off. Let's move you all back. And let's just see. Second pull. This literally, I don't know the last time Joe ran it. I haven't, and I've had it for a few months now. So that's promising. Okay, not as bad as the Pinkway. It seemed like when I first started, again, it's been a while since it's been run. I'm sure it's been multiple months, but the Pinkway seems like whenever you first start it, you've really got to let it idle for a while and actually warm up before that thing will even start spinning. This thing, what was it? 10-15 seconds, and then it finally picked itself up. So it may need some carburation tuning on it done, but I think for now we're just going to fire it up and run it through its paces on the cedar. So I haven't used kindling in quite a few years. A couple reasons. One, we haven't burnt wood in several years in our house. We will be this year. And two, the last fires that we did burn, we just used the fire starter bricks that you would light on fire and stick them in there. So I'm unsure exactly how I want to cut this. I think I'm gonna do it in a few different lengths. Probably some 6-inch, 8-inch, maybe a foot long. And if they're too big, I'll end up taking the hatchet to them and just splitting them in half. But those of you out there that use kindling to start your wood stove, how long pieces of kindling do you cut? Leave a comment. I did go ahead and take an allergy pill because cedar, for some reason, tears up my allergies like crazy. But I think our plan of action, I've got this dead cedar right here, I've got this large one here, and I've got another one over here that's smaller, or those are branches or something. But I think I'm gonna come in and just cut all of this tiny stuff off of here and just harvest everything off of these main trunks and main limbs that have any size to them. I'm thinking probably 1-inch diameter or more is what I'm gonna cut up. So let me get my glasses, earplugs, and gloves on, and let's start cutting this thing up. Oh, hit the stop button. You guys okay? Really don't like cedar. Idle's a little high. Chain's free spinning. Let's adjust it down a little. So you guys see the idle was a little high. The chain was sitting there free spinning once everything got good and warm. So we're gonna adjust that down so it quits doing that. That can get you in an unsafe predicament. So we're gonna go ahead and set the idle down a little bit so that thing quits spinning. Go ahead and check the fuel while we're here. So far, compared to the Pinkway, a tank of gas is lasting quite a bit longer. So that Pinkway, no more than I cut up, I would have filled up on it twice. Oh man, this thing actually looks like it's close to half a tank still. Let me see what it looks like in the sight glass. Sight glass is still all the way full on this thing. Okay, yeah, this is doing really good on fuel. Go ahead and check the oil while we're here too, just see. Yeah, about half full. So hopefully this thing is a tank of oil to a tank of gas. That's my preference. This thing does have an adjustable oiler on it. I haven't messed with it. Literally I haven't did anything except mess with the carburetor just a little bit just then. But so far it's actually doing a pretty good job. A lot better than the Pinkway. Now at some point I will sharpen the chain on this Proyama and the Pinkway, and we'll just kind of put them head to head and see how much difference there is. But we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the limbs, at least off that side of this big tree. I may have went a little bit far with the idle. We'll see. As long as it stays running, we'll be okay. That's twice. Hit the stop button with my thumb. Stuff is a whole lot lighter than any hardwood. Okay, I think we got a dent in it. All right, well, we got this trunk whittled away. There's still quite a bit of limbs that could be used for kindling, but for now, that's all I'm gonna cut up. I do have this big cedar trunk right here. I'm gonna say that thing's real close to 10 foot long. So if I can ever get a hold of a mill or a chainsaw mill or anything, we're gonna mill this cedar up. So I think it's gonna make real pretty wood. Plus, like I said, we don't get red cedars this big around here. Most of the time, they just kind of get scrubby, maybe 3 to 6 foot tall, and really nothing over about 4 to 5 inches diameter on the trunk. But I've got a little pile right here, so let's back the Ranger up here, get this loaded, see what we got, but I'm sure this is more than enough to get us through wintertime and to test out and see how well it works. Now, I burnt a lot of cedar trees and brush piles over the years, and they always go up real quick, but it's normally the leaves or whatever you call this on an evergreen. I don't know, drop a comment if I'm sure that's not a leaf, but whatever these are, the needles or whatever on a cedar, burn like crazy. Do any of y'all use something like this to start your fires? I don't know how well this would work on a wood stove. I know it'll burn quick, but I think it would burn almost too quick and not catch the rest of your firewood on fire. All right, here's the pile of cedar kindling chunks that we cut up. Now we've got small, big, short, longer, all sorts of different shapes and sizes, but this should get us quite a while on kindling. And I'll probably dump this off over by the wood yard somewhere, and the next time I have the splitter down, we'll go ahead and knock some of these big ones down, or John may want to play with the splitting maul. But this video isn't really all about kindling. It was wanting to test the top handle Proyama out, and so far, compared to the Pinkway, I think it does a whole lot better. So my first impressions is the Proyama is probably going to take the place of the Pinkway on the Polaris Ranger, and that's probably going to be the saw that I carry around on the machine with me all the time. Now I still haven't put fuel in this thing. We're still on the same tank that I filled up at the beginning with. I know if I would have been using the Pinkway, we would have went through a few tanks of fuel already. So I really like that it's able to last a lot longer on a tank of fuel. Now something else I did notice on the Proyama that I actually really like that the Pinkway does not have, the Proyama has metal felling dogs already on it. So the only thing that I've had to do to this Proyama so far is I put gas in it, put oil in it, and I had to adjust the idle. It was fine when it was cold, but once it got warmed up, it started free spinning quite a bit. So I'm curious to see how this thing's gonna act next time it's cold. I may have the idle turned down just a little too far, but we'll see. Next time we run it after it gets cold, we'll see how it does. But so far running this Proyama PCS26, if I had to do it over again and I had the choice between the Pinkway and the Proyama, I would buy the Proyama. But that is just my first impressions. We are going to test this saw quite a bit more. We're gonna put it against the Pinkway and just see how they compare. And we'll go over the differences in a separate video. Do any of you all use red cedar as any sort of kindling? If you do, leave a comment, let me know how it works. Everyone, I really appreciate you taking time to watch the video. If you enjoyed this video, be on the lookout in the future because I've got some more saws that I got from Joe that we're gonna be testing. But if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.